In his first preseason game of the season, Justin Fields put up a phenomenal stat line of 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 for 3 for passing, and a perfect QB rating of 158.3. The stat line for the 2 drives are about as good as it gets for any player in the league, but many analysts are brushing it off as luck. Yes, both touchdowns were screen passes to Khalil Herbert and new weapon DJ Moore, but a touchdown is a touchdown regardless of how far the ball is thrown downfield. After his performance in the first game, let's take a look at potential outcomes and expectations for Fields and the Chicago Bears this upcoming season. First, let's take it back to last year. Justin Fields played in 15 games. In those 15s, he showed he can be explosive with the ball in his hands, rushing for 8 touchdowns, over 1,100 yards, the second most from a QB all-time in a season. No one doubts his rushing abilities. What has held Fields back was his poor passing numbers, throwing 17 touchdowns to 11 interceptions with an abysmal 2,242 yards, by far the lowest for all starting QBs. Injuries, a bad O-line, and below average weapons, Bear fans, field truthers, they had all the excuses. Less than 150 yards passing just isn't what wins on a weekly basis in the NFL, regardless of the reasons. Let's face it, in 2022, the Chicago Bears were the worst, and I emphasize worst team in the NFL, with a 3-14 record, claiming the first overall pick in the draft. Rumors swirled for a good chunk on the offseason of what the Bears would pick. Was Fields the answer, or was it time to re-roll with a new QB? The Bears decided to stick with Fields, trading the first overall pick to the Panthers in exchange for picks 9, 61, and a 2024 first rounder, 2025 second rounder, and wide receiver DJ Moore. A more than respectable haul for the young rebuilding Bears. With the added draft capital, DJ Moore, and other free agents, what are the possibilities for the Bears this upcoming season? Outcome 1, massive improvement. With the addition of DJ Moore, Fields gets his first real wide receiver 1 since being drafted. Darnell Mooney and Chase Claypool moved to wide receiver 2 and 3, probably the roles they should have been in, and tight end Cole Kmet continues to develop. With a solid stable of weapons, Fields improves in the passing department, increasing his passing yards and touchdowns while hopefully keeping his turnovers low. The Bears lead the league in rushing behind Khalil Herbert, Donta Foreman, rookie Roschon Johnson, and of course, the mobile QB himself. With the improved offense, the Bears push to contend in the NFC North, improving their win total to 7 to 10 wins. With Fields taking a huge jump, he cements himself in the MVP conversation with his dual threat ability. This scenario may be a bit of a stretch, but a possibility if the Bears improve in all areas. And of course, that's the outcome the team would love to see. Outcome 2, worst case scenario. Fields doesn't take the major passing step forward we hope he might. He continues to dominate the run game, but only slightly improves as a passer and still struggles to make the big time throws or decisions. The Bears offense stays in the bottom half of the league and wins less than 5 games. If this were to happen, the future of Fields would certainly be in question, and there'd be a good chance the team would consider moving on. On a positive note, with the team's poor performance, their first round pick would be in the top 5, and of course they still have the Panthers' first round pick. They would be in prime position to draft a quarterback, potentially Caleb Williams or Drake May, who show all the signs of making the leap to the pro levels and excelling. Outcome 3, the more probable outcome. This is what I realistically expect out of Fields and the Bears. Fields improves his passing numbers and decision making with the help of new weapons and an improved O-line. Fields puts up a respectable 3,000 passing yards to go along with 23 or so TDs to 12 interceptions. He continues to be one of the most athletic and physically imposing running quarterbacks in the league, but his rushing totals dip slightly, still managing over 1,000 yards and 6 running touchdowns. With a better offense, it takes the pressure off the defense, helping the team win 5 to 8 games, a modest improvement for the young team that still takes them to 2024 with tons of draft capital and cap space. Whether Fields improves much or not, I'm definitely still buying him in fantasy this year. His rushing ability alone gives you a high-end QB1 and honestly a potential league winner. Even with his poor passing numbers, he ended the year at QB7 while missing 2 games. His big playability gives the high-end boom that could help you win each week. Check out Justin Fields this Saturday as the Bears take on rookie QB Anthony Richardson and the Colts. What do you expect out of Fields this season? Will he continue to rely on his legs, or will his arm take the next step, or will he just fall flat overall? Let us know your thoughts down below.